What's up, Cult? It's the one, the only JT Ripper, and I'm here with
Todd of Thunder.
And we're back with part 3 of 4 and our best of 2023. In 2024 is when we're releasing it. Haha, nailed it that time, baby. And we're kicking off number 20 through 11. We're almost done with this, and thanks for tuning in. So I'm not going to waste your time or my time or the Thunder's time. So we're going to get into my number 20, and that is going to be none other than it's Cobweb. It's Cobweb. That is going to be my number 20. Todd talked about this in previous episode. If you haven't seen it, it's still on Hulu, I think. If you want to watch it, I think it's on Hulu. I don't know. We went to the theaters and saw it. It's a pretty good movie. You pretty much nailed it on the head. It was like almost like really fucking good, and then it kind of just went to shit in the third act. But overall, it's a pretty good movie. It somehow skeeted its way, or skeeted on the skates in my top 20.
It ain't scat.
It ain't scat. He's goddamn determined to make scat work in 2024. So, Mr. Thunder, what is your number 20?
My number 20 is a foreign film that we saw, or I saw, we both saw at different times on Shudder, and it's called When Evil Lurks.
That's a goodie. It is definitely higher on my list. I know a lot of people, it was number 1 on their list.
Yeah, I mean, I like this movie. I mean, I've seen so many movies this year. Just because I put it in a certain position don't mean I don't like it or whatnot. It's just, I went through it with a fine-tooth comb, and this is where it landed. Anyway, this is kind of like your old superstition type of deal things in, where does this take place?
Mexico.
Yeah, it's like a Latin Mexico type of movie.
Latin Mexico. Good Lord. It takes place in Mexico. They're Hispanic.
Yeah, but isn't Latin's the same thing, ain't it? I don't know. God. Anyway,
Latino, that covers everybody.
Yeah. Anyway, there's like this. I don't know. What do you call it? Like some type of virus or a curse or something like that.
It's like what I gathered, a kind of new take on a curse type movie.
Yeah.
But it's also kind of like demonic, like a demonic curse type situation.
Yeah,
it was very Evil Dead-esque.
Yeah, with the gore and the gross shit.
Yes, and the feeling. So to me, it was like you take a modern twist, Evil Dead style, meeting like a possession movie that spreads like a plague.
Yeah.
Is the best way I can describe that movie.
Yeah, and it like towards the end of the movie, you realize that it I don't know, it has something to do, like it can trick children. Like children's are the ones that like almost keep it like safe.
Like
it was like a school full of children that have ran away, but have kept the adults from destroying the evil type of deal.
They was protecting the body, so to speak.
Yeah,
that were the infected one at the beginning of the movie.
It's it sounds a lot more complicated than what it is. This isn't the type of movie that you can explain too well. And like you just have to watch it. If you have Shudder, go and look it up because it's damn well worth it. And us talking about it or trying to explain it really doesn't give it justice, because it's not going to make sense the way that we describe it, and you're going to be like, huh?
It's very the way I described it is probably the best way to describe it, like a possession movie that is spreading like a plague, and you have the main character trying to avoid it at first and get rid of it, and it just goes crazy. It was one of the most like original horror movies I've seen in a very long time. Me personally, I'm not a fast reader. I'm just going to be honest with you, but I really enjoyed this movie. And anytime I have to watch a subtitle movie, it's like my problem is it's hard for me to still get into the movie and read. Like I can't read real quick and then get back into the fight, so to speak. But this movie did a great job in making a very serious, scary situation feel very real. Some of the best practical effects I've seen in a long time. But I'll elaborate a little bit more onto it.
Yeah, I would say
In a
that
beat.
as far as subtitle movies go, we've seen a few of them. Train to Busan was really good. Where I saw it with subtitles. I think you saw the English dubbed one.
I did.
But either way, it hits you. It does its job, hitting you the way it's supposed to. And When Evil Lurks is right on that same level as, even if somebody's like you and has trouble like following along quickly,
Yeah.
I think it does a good job of like not going so fast. Or sometimes you'll see some foreign films that have subtitles and they don't do a good job with it. Like it'll be like white writing on a white background where you can't even see it. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like there's nothing like that. Like you can see these plain as, they do this movie was designed to get over in America.
Yeah, I would love to see an English dub of this. It was fucking great. But what else is great is my number 18. And that
19.
19. I said 19.
You said 18.
I said 18. Is You're Killing Me. And I don't think you saw this one.
Nope, I did not see this one.
And I think it was on Shudder. It's either Shudder or Hulu. It's one of them exclusive movies. It is a very wild and crazy teen slasher, I guess if I had to really go into it. Does a very good job with isolation and a party gone wrong and shit goes awry. I'm not going to spoil this one because I still want some of the people out there to check out some of the movies. I don't want to spoil everything. And this was a little hidden gem. The acting's done very well. You'll see some familiar faces. In Thanksgiving, the killer, that guy, I can't think of his name right off the top of my head. He plays a dad in the movie. Fucking great movie. If you want a good party teen slasher type movie, watch this movie. That's my number 18. 19.
Damn it. Damn it, boy.
Damn it, boy.
My number 19 is a movie that you talked about earlier on. So my number 19 is the second and last fan movie, which is Never Hike Alone 2.
Yeah, I fucked up and mistaked Never Hike in the Snow.
Yeah,
that one.
For those of you that don't know, there was a fan-made film called Never Hike Alone a couple years ago. And then it was one called Never Hike in the Snow. And this one is called Never Hike Alone 2. So technically it's the third in the fan films, but it's a direct sequel to the first one. Never Hike Alone in the Snow is kind of like a Even though that was the second film made, it's just kind of like a one-off. Anyway, this film is a legitimate film, and it is the best fan-made film I've ever seen personally.
Yes.
For the actors that they got, the script, the dialogue, the way it was shot, the fact that most fan movies are maybe 58 minutes at the most, not even an hour. You know, some of them are half an hour. This one was an hour and some change, so it actually felt like a real movie. And it is a direct sequel, just like Never Hike Alone is, to Friday the 13th Part 6, Jason Lives. Tom Matthews, who plays Tommy Jarvis in the Part 6, is in Never Hike Alone, and he comes back as Never Hike Alone 2. He's still in the area, which they call, I think, what is it, Green Forest or some shit like that. They in Part 6, they changed the name from Camp Crystal Lake to, I think, Green Forest. I can't remember what they called it. But, you know, he has that famous line, is like, no matter what you recall it, it's still Crystal Lake to Jason. And that's kind of how the theme is to Never Hike Alone 2. And it's kind of a conclusion to Part 6 for those out there that wanted that Part 6 to, like, continue or whatever. This is a great way to go back and see the conclusion all these years later, you know, with the same characters and everything. And like I said, I think it's the greatest fan-made movie I've ever seen. You know, there's some good ones out there, and there's a lot of bad ones.
Lots.
But this one was made with care and made with love, and actually got actors from the original
movies,
from the original Part 6 to come back. And, you know, I just wanted to speak about that for 1 minute, that, you know, Hollywood is so fucking bad these days that actors would rather go and just do these independent fan films, and they get paid just as good, and the scripts might even be better because Hollywood won't even touch anything.
Well, I mean, if Never Hike Alone 2 or just Never Hike Alone was a Jason movie, it'd probably be one of the best ones.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. It's the best fan movie I've seen in a long time, and it's probably the best love that Jason's gotten in a long time. So,
right.
You know,
and it's free on YouTube.
Yeah, it's free on YouTube. It's not like they make these fan films and it's like, oh, you got to pay to watch them. It's like, no, look, here it is, you know, just like we talked earlier about the Dylan's Nightmare, which is a little bit shorter, but it's still made with that type of love.
Yeah.
This one just goes a little bit further, and you actually have kills, and you have a story, and the characters are there and everything else. And like I said, the best compliment I can give it, other than it being just fucking great, and you can legitimately watch it as a Friday the 13th film, is it is the best fan-made film I've ever seen. So that's why I got it at number 19.
Before I go into number 18, I just want to say breakout movie of the year, or breakout surprise. Breakout surprise of last year was definitely that movie. I wasn't expecting a fan-made film to be even in the top 40. Like, what? But
yeah, I mean, this is how much I like the movie. I put it at number 19. So,
right.
You know, I'm a huge Friday the 13th fan, but it's hard to find, like, you know, the love given to the series, and, you know, whoever made